this is my PowerPoint on why hard work pays off. There's nobody that goes to work to do a bad job. If you go to work to do a bad job, there's no reason to go to work. Everybody has a dream, and the only way to get that dream is if you work hard. As you can see in these two pictures, especially the one on the right, you can't work with nothing and get something. Same with what this is saying. If you have a minimum wage work ethic, you ain't gonna be, getting $1 million dream. It's not gonna work out. And this one on the left, if that guy were to stop right now, he ain't gonna get the gold in his case, or the car you want, or the house you want, whichever you want. He's not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it if you don't work hard. I have some examples from 3 successful people: Dwayne Johnson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Sylvester Stallone. Dwayne Johnson only had $7 in his pocket in 1995, and he went on to become a successful professional wrestler, successful actor, successful, just in anything he went into, he was pretty successful. I mean, now he's like one of the highest paid actors, I believe. Arnold Schwarzenegger came from a different country. He came here, became famous for bodybuilding, became famous for being an actor, he became famous for being the governor in California. You can't just not work hard and do all 3 of those, especially just one of those things. Sylvester Stallone, he had to sell his dog, and it's going to be pretty hard to sell somebody that something that you love, a person or whatever that you're getting rid of. You have to say goodbye to him, but he had to sell it because he couldn't afford it. He couldn't afford to eat, couldn't afford to feed the dog. But he went and he wrote the script for Rocky, and they made Rocky 1, 2, 3. There's like 8 of them now, and he went and he bought the dog back. And he's pretty successful now. He's making all kinds of movies. They're all pretty successful, as I said. Some of them were more successful in more things than others, but they all started out from basically nothing. So, I mean, if you can dream it, and as long as you put the work in, it's going to get done. So, like I said, nobody goes into work to do a bad job. I've heard that out my whole life. So every time you go in, you can only do 100%. I don't really understand why somebody says you can do 110%, 25%. You can only do 100%. But as long as you put in that 100%, even if you don't succeed at it, you fail at it, you're going to know to yourself, you're going to feel good because well, I couldn't do anything about it. It was meant to happen that way. I have 2 more quotes here, Dwayne Johnson, Michael Jordan. I like that one over there the best because, as he says, you got to be the hardest worker in the room because somebody's going to notice, your boss, your coach, or whatever it is, somebody's going to notice that guy is working hard and everybody else. And as long as you do that the entire time, in anything you do, school, work, anything, sports, bodybuilding, trying to be an actor, if you're the hardest worker, you're going to make it somewhere because they made it somewhere. I mean, you don't just start off being good at a sport. You don't just come born as this great person. Same with him. He had to practice. I mean, he became known as probably the greatest basketball player of all time. And as he says here, that he failed over and over again. I mean, he's got to take shots to win the game, to win a championship. He's got to take those shots. If he misses those shots, that's it. I mean, how would you feel after that? But obviously, the only way he's got to accept, you got to accept the defeat, the failure, to be able to do the more, the better things, because then you're going to be ready for it. You're going to be focused on one thing that way and not behind you. You got to be focused on the future, not what has already happened. Because you can't fix what already happened, but you can fix what's going to happen tomorrow. So always be better than you were today, tomorrow, and then tomorrow be better the next day than you were tomorrow, I guess. You always got to be better than yourself. If you look at yourself every year, it's just like what companies do. They look at what they did last year and they want to be better than what they did last year. So you got to do that with yourself too, because if you're not better than you were last year, then you ain't going anywhere. So you got to succeed in everything. These are the references that I used. I'm just going to leave off on, like I said, you got to be better than you were the day before. Because if you weren't better than, if you're just going on this road this way, you're not going up, you're going to go down soon enough, or you're just going to stay on this road to nothing. You may get lucky, you may get a couple things here and there down the road. But if you want to succeed, you want to get, you want to get the money, you want to get the cars, whatever you want, anything. You got to make sure you work hard, because without working hard, you ain't going to get anywhere.